Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sales and Trails. My name's Nick. Thanks for joining me on my flipping adventure. Today we was meant to have a chilled out, relaxing day, but it got to a point where we were like, do you know what, we can't sit in our nice home from home anymore, and we decided actually we're going to go to Carew Castle, which has a lot of history. It's 900 years old. It's got a tidal mill. I'm not too sure about all of the history, but I'll have a little look. We'll have a little walk around. I'll put some links in the description so you can have a look at and go down the rabbit hole that is Carew Castle. It's got a lot of history, but yeah, we decided to do that, and then we're going to have a chilled out evening. For tomorrow we're probably going to go to Anna Ryder's zoo, and then we'll make our way home in the evening. It's been a great sort of trip away so far, but you know, every great trip has to come to an end. Fion's enjoyed herself, me and Amy have enjoyed ourselves. We've understood how to take Fiona away for a couple of days, and I think we'll be able to do it more so in the future. But I'll see you at Carew Castle. Look how majestic that flag is. Yeah. Right then guys, we made it to Carew Castle. It's going to be a bit of an awkward one, I think, because Fion's in a little pram. It's been very windy today, as you can tell. Has also been quite rainy. But I'm going to see what I can do about lifting her up and getting into the castle. We're just going to have to play it by ear on this one. But yeah, we're going to have a wander around here. There should be the tidal mill further down. Just have a sort of chilled afternoon. Finish it off by just having some grub in the caravan before our last night there. But yeah, hopefully this will be a nice little one. And here we are guys, we're making our way, and we just paid, it was £8.50 per person, which isn't too bad when you look at it. Parking's free, and that's entrance obviously for the tidal mill as well. But we're gonna have a little look. Yeah, so you enter and there's a tea room called the Nest Tea Room, when actually Nest is the name of the first, the woman who bought this place with the original owner. Can't remember his name now, Gerald or something, Gerald or along those lines. But as you can see, it's been long abandoned, of course. But this is 900 years old, which is insane. As this is actually a heritage site of sorts, I don't think I can actually use the drone here. I think there's like little rules and regulations. If I went into one of the fields locally and got the drone over here, then I think that would be allowed. But in this weather anyway, and in this wind, I don't think my little drone actually managed to go the distance. But this gatehouse is pretty cool, isn't it? Got the Welsh flag with pride. But it'd be so awesome to have like the drone follow me through all this. So you can actually download a QR code to have an audio sort of guided tour around, which could be useful if people really want to get into the history of this. Like I said, this is a honey hole, this is a rabbit sort of hole into the history of this place. You know, there's so much to learn. But I can't take the baby up everywhere. I'm just going to show around some of the areas to get you guys a feel. Like I said, if you're in this area, 100% come down here, because like, Wales is full of awesome castles, and this is probably one of the finest examples, I would think, of this in Caerphilly. Got the stairs going up into the tower up here, which would have gone up onto the top of the gatehouse. Some really good views looking out onto the moat, I would imagine. That's a river. Here's a moat. The entrance to the castle itself. And then into the distance on this side, this is where all the wind's coming through. So you might hear quite a lot of wind coming from this direction, but Yeah, this is cool. To be slippery. Oh, that's quite tight. This is quite a lot of the history of the site. So I did read about it being sort of an Iron Age sort of site, and there's more of a Norman sort of site now. This is sort of the timeline of Carew Castle. That's all in Welsh up on there. But you got 800 BC, the Roman Britain, the Vikings, Anglo-Saxons time, Norman conquest, Middle Ages, Tudors, Civil War, Revolution, Romanticism, I can't say it, and today. But it's got loads of cool little artifacts. Sorry about the lighting. He's gonna flash like mad. I'm assuming they're cannonballs. Tiling, obviously they got the weaving. This is a sort of a model, so a depiction of what the castle would have been. Obviously we come through the entrance on this side, there's the gatehouse. It's down into this sort of like little dungeony sort of area. And then they do like the internals of what it would have been inside as well. So this is the gatehouse. An internal gatehouse. Obviously they've got lots of nooks and crannies, arrows poking out or whatnot, and just to make it strong and sturdy, you've got the main sort of courtyard there. It's very blustery today, so sorry about the audio. Let's have a take a look inside here. And we're out of the wind. This is the old tower. So you got all the reenactments of things, obviously the training for archery, shields, halberds, pikes, I would assume they are. Yeah. This is crazy cool. As I said, one of the best examples of a Welsh castle that I know of. Not many like this around our way. Chapel tower. The kitchen. Obviously, yes, some sort of pantry or something like that maybe here. Oh, there's so many small nooks and crannies. Yeah, see, this is just a little lookout by here. Missed these steps, let's have a look up here. Ooh. Very narrow steps. It's the banquet hall. So these are sort of turrets. Quite easy accessible. There's a lavatory. Those turrets are quite good just to be able to have an archer aiming out. And also they're good for lighting as well. we have the chapel on the upstairs as well, with access to the entrance, gatehouses. And I'm going to have to take Fiona into the pram and bring her up here. So the Queen of Lanvac has finally got her castle. Oh, it take your mum a couple of years to do this, wouldn't it? She could tidy this up, you know, renovate it. Yeah. This is the banquet hall, anyway. Like I said, there's loads up here, so I couldn't say for Fiona not to come up. So these stairs are super narrow, but that's expected. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Go on. So, yeah, the stairs are steep and narrow. We're up to the next level. I think there's one more level up there and up on the top. Look at the view out. Liking this, Fiona? Blustery, innit? Queen of the castle! So they're wandering here, see? Whoa. Whoa. So there's like an internal building, an external wall around it. Probably find the information about that online, which is nice to have a little look around. Come on. Yeah. Oh, carrying Fiona around. Gosh. Especially on these narrow steps. It's a challenge in itself. Ooh. Hope you're enjoying this, Fiona. Looking around, watch your head. Oh! Sorry. It's okay. Oh. Do you like your new castle? Yeah? So I'm assuming this is just one of the towers just to look out of. Maybe a guard here or something like that. For even for spotting maybe. So Carew Castle is actually quite extensive when you look at it. It's loads of history here. Like I said, 900 years old. Oh, lots of places to hide your stroller, as Amy's done. Yeah, but the sheer size of it and how good the remains are. It's a great example of how well things were built back in the day. And I know, yes, they've had renovations and whatnot, yes, and they've had to add things, I get that. But overall, just like Caerphilly Castle, in very good condition. Oh. So this is where they would pour tar and stuff like that then. So we're above the top of the gatehouse. Slip in. Obviously, you'd have loads of access everywhere then, so I'd assume there would have been steps going down there and around up onto the next floor. As I mentioned, you have all the spots for all the audios, you can get all the documentary of what was here and what it was used for. They've got a depiction of a trebuchet out there, which is quite cool as well. You can actually wrap around the outside of the castle itself. But what we'll do now is we'll make our way back downstairs and go into the next part down by there. Oh, I missed this little section there. So it was a solar on the one side, and now this is the ladies' solar. There will be a few spots in this video of just silence and me walking around and that. I can put some low level music on top of that if you'd like to, just all the way through. But I think that's the Tidal mill down there. So we've got to walk down this road all the way down to it. But it won't be so bad with the stroller and like I said, we're having a very relaxed, chilled day out, get a bit of historyness, and so just enjoy doing things while we're down here. Back out into your courthouse with me, babe. Courtyard, not house. Would have been so cool to have had a drone in here. Oh, didn't have a stand down, is it, babe? Oh. Making my arm sore. So just up there you've got the crests of, I think it's Henry the 7th. What is it? Yeah, Henry the 7th, Prince Arthur, and Catherine of Aragon. We all know who Catherine of Aragon is. Well, if you don't, then look at Henry VIII's wives. You'll find her name there, unless there's a different Catherine of Aragon, of course. People do tend to have the same sort of names in those times. This is Elizabethan Wing. Wow. Now that actually makes sense of what I read about there being extensions being done over time, and this one must have been an extension on the original building of here. So yeah, that makes sense of it being Elizabethan. But this is a 3-story extension added onto the side of the castle. As you can see, so like the areas where they cut out for the levels. The sheer size of this castle itself and the cost it must have been as well to this place is, it seems astronomical, especially for those times. I know you wouldn't imagine where it would be for now, but nice little view. Like I said, there is a walkway going all the way around, as you can see over here. You can look on the outside. Let's see if I can take a quick little go around there. So the first banquet hall was actually the lesser banquet hall. This is the main great banquet hall. Wow. There is a reason why they call it a great banquet hall. Right, we'll make our way up this northwestern tower now. It is actually quite hard to carry Fiona up there. She's quite content being on the grass, picking up daisies or wherever she can find. These are very grand towers, aren't they? This is obviously an extension again onto the Elizabethan, I would assume. Some lovely views out on the water. Some nice bridges going all the way across as well. I'm assuming that's like a dam then. Like I like I've always said, me and Amy or myself alone just come to these places just without any research really. We take it as it is. Ooh. Yeah, that was a blast, wasn't it? That was probably the toilets. With a chute going all the way down there. I'd imagine that would be easy access then, just to go out into the water, but we'll go up on the next flight. Oh, actually we can't go on the next flight, it's actually closed off. That would have been probably going up into the 3rd story, and then probably would add something on the top as well. But let's make our way back down to Fionn and see how she's finding her castle. So you had little sections like this where people would be chained up outside the Great Hall, basically for a dungeon sort of style thing really. Probably just to humiliate them as well, because it's easy. See that? It's the reason why we say this is Fionn's castle, because we have a running joke in the family and between my friends that Fionn is a little diva, she's a little queen, and well, we'd call her princess and then Amy's the queen, but you know, the queen mother really we should say. Old fogey geriatric mum, wasn't you? But yeah, there's a running joke, that's why we do that. So for the castle itself, that's basically it. There's loads to it though. You should always take your time having a little walk around these sort of places. We don't have that much time, to be fair, and with the baby it makes it harder, but yeah, really cool castle remains. Fionn's got to come in here. Amy's not that bothered when it comes to history, so she does like to have a little look at it, but as in her words exactly, it all looks the same, right? But yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to make our way down to the Tidal mill and yeah, have a little look at that. Like I said, just continue on with our chill day. That's right, Fionn. Hi. So you can actually see while we're on the way out, I didn't really notice it on the way in, how it does change in sort of style, and it goes to the Elizabethan side when you look at those windows there. But I said I wasn't going to, but while I'm here, it's just to show you. It's a tiny little bit of a meadow walk. You can walk all the way around, but I'll give you the outside perspective of the Elizabethan side. I was hoping the wind would die down a little bit, and I could have snuckily got some drone footage for you guys, but yeah, it's not worth having a drone flying around, and usually the stabilization doesn't work that well. But so that would be quite an imposing sort of look, but that's all the Elizabethan side there. And our next walk is all the way down the bottom. That's the Tidal mill. That's our next objective. I hope you're enjoying the video so far, guys. If you are, leave a like, leave a sub, share the content, tell me if I missed anything, because I always do miss things. Leave a comment on the bottom, and yeah, let me know how you found Carew Castle. But like I said, we're on our way now to the Tidal mill. So when we were walking in, I didn't actually realise the types of flags. So we have the blue flag in the middle of Pembroke, banner of Pembroke. We've got the Old Anglian Door flag, and we have the St David's flag as well as the Welsh flag, and also down there is a Celtic cross. Some people say Celtic, but I say Celtic. I don't know which one's which one's right, which one's wrong, but to me it's Celtic, Gaelic, you know, that sort of sounding. But yeah, we're going to make our way down to the Tidal mill now. While we're on the walk down, here's a bit of a walk. I actually got a leaflet with everything on it. I'll show you this when we get back to the caravan, but this is actually saying about that early cross. It's an early Christian cross dedicated to, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, but no, it's not, Maraud Ap Edwin, an 11th century Welsh print. That's good to know. But yeah, it's got loads of cool sort of towers and everything like that in there, and like I said, I got a little map. There's loads of audio things you can do in there by just doing a QR code. so you can get all the history from it. But this is, like I said, a very good example of a castle during this time. I think this might be the south wall, which would have been ripped down. I did read something about that, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure. They did repurpose quite a lot of stone and building materials through Carew Castle's lifetime. But we're going to the Tudor. So we're actually walking across a small battlement, or somewhat small little wall that makes its way around Tudor Castle. The Tidal, what's it called now? And just as we thought we might have been able to miss all the rain on the way down, it starts coming in. But yeah, the Tidal mill is actually been rebuilt. Yeah, it was destroyed probably, I think, in the 1500s. I wasn't 100% sure, but I can look at it for you now. As I was saying, this is being restored. This is the only tidal mill that's been restored in Wales. So as well as having such a great castle to look at, the distance up there, this is the only tidal mill you'll find in Wales that's been restored. But yeah, I was saying that this was on the site around the 1500s. So yeah, we got the floodgates and everything like that's been restored as well. Let's have a look inside. Lovely day, isn't it? Complete contrast to the weekend. Yeah. That's cool. This is the entrance down into, that's where they would get the water in to turn the mill. And that's the on. It's a nice bath down there, isn't it? You like baths? Right, so we're wandering into the mill. Wow. Yeah. Good luck. Another entrance thing where that would turn these wheels around. I'm assuming then this is for like milling the flour. Really well restored. And you got the water going onto an estuary. The smell of like seawater there is mad in it. It's not very sort of like fishy sort of sea thing, all the seaweed smell. Yeah, we're gonna have a little wander upstairs. Actually quite busy down here. So yeah, they have the audio buttons then to press as well. We'll be here all day if we did that, won't we, Fiona? So I'm not very versed when it comes to milling, but it's cool to look at all these items. Let me know what you think they're used for. You can do a little bit of research as well, but yeah, check it out in the comments below. Tethering handles, sluice controls, essential for allowing specific amounts of water in, I'd assume. I'm sorry if it gets a bit dark in here, it's not the most amazing lighting in this room. We'll have a little look upstairs now. I'm assuming this is for the gates. There's sluice control for the gates. What is this? Let's go upstairs. Oh.
Some of the screens are missing, but they varied in size from a fine mesh higher up to increasingly larger screens lower down.
From seed to plate. So
the meal is carried through the drum by rotating brushes,
so
and the various grains fall into different shoots for bagging and storing the floor below.
Leaving sort of like the flour. Hello?
If you now climb the staircase to the bin floor, the next commentary can...
So you might have had horse-drawn carts up here. Obviously you've got the grain chutes upstairs and you'd have the grain going in down into here to feed into these, where the stone, I think there's some original stone here, or an 1800 stone in one of these. The stones would churn, and then, like the example out there, you would slowly filter out all of the flour. So I'm assuming all these sort of gouges in these stones here, so where the grains go in, slowly ground, take all the husks off, and you ground into flour, make their way down the channels. That's my assumption anyway. Like I said, I'm not a miller, but yeah, they got the more chutes here. That would be where they would take all the grain up from the base floor upstairs, ready to go down into the chutes. 3 stories. A nice view of Carew Castle over there. So yeah, that's a garden floor. Garden floor. Actually no entry up there, but a winnowing machine. Just to get rid of the chaff from the grain. Do you know the chaff is here? Learn as you go along, is it? Me too. Horse-drawn carts to bring the grain to the mill. Grain bins. The top floor is where all the grain will be shot down. This is just giving you the history about the farming, milling and trading of the flour itself.
I've had a lamp leaflet off me then.
So they got examples of bringing up pulleys for 7 kilos. Check another 2 of those on, they'd be happy for triceps, wouldn't they? There's examples. The grain will go down in, so turn, flour would come out underneath. But flour's been made for a long time, and like I said, these are just examples of the way we done it. Obviously you can have from super early days where they used to just use a stone on a stone and just crush to make like a rough flour, probably still with the rusks on them as well. But these are examples: wheat, barley and oats, which would probably be normally stuff they would have brought here. But yeah, it's been an interesting little tour, to be fair. We've got downstairs, they will give you a leaflet with everything which you need to learn, like the understandings of the process. You'd have the wheat to get rid of the chaff from the grain would go into the chutes to be made into flour to bread. You had the actual way they used to bring it in. You'd have the grain being drawn in through up to the top, tipped into the bins, brought down into the winnower, which would have been to remove the chaff. You'd have the clean grains being sent back up again, and the meal to be brought in to be ground down. And then all the way down the bottom is where you've got the flour at the end for it to be put down onto sailing vessels, which I assume would have gone down the estuary down there maybe, or even up. I would assume they would have, actually, to be fair, it should probably go up, but yeah, that's how they would let it go out to market. But yeah, this is actually quite a cool rebuild, and like I said, it's the only one in Wales being a Tidal mill. So yeah, I would check this out. It says £8.50 to go into Carew Castle and into here. There's some cool little features in here. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this little tour.
Give me a kiss.
You know it's not a real horse Fionn, but oh, there we go. Give it a stroke. I do think Fionn likes horses. I've been telling everyone if they want to get her a gift, to get her a horse, because she really likes a unicorn, which Aaron actually got her when he went away. As I mentioned, the floodgates and the causeway itself were rebuilt in the 1600s by the Carew family. But yeah, as you can see, they're quite extensive, going all the way across. You get a lovely view of Carew Castle. Like, I love to be able to do crazy amounts of research for these videos and get as much in-depth content for you as possible, but I do this for a bit of fun, to be fair, and I find that you've got so many things to go look at. The research should take a very long time, and I just like doing these just to enjoy a day out with the family. But I want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to leave a like, subscribe, chuck down a comment of things which I should have said in the video maybe, or how you found the video, or would you come here and visit. Like I said, one of the best castles I've seen in Wales. Wales is scattered with hundreds of castles, and that Tidal mill is actually quite cool as well. It's the only one in Wales, and it's all repurposed, all redone, and it's got quite interesting history to it as well, and obviously being able to understand the processes of how the flour's made. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. We were just about to leave, and I thought, why not come to this cross? Pop this in. Here you go. 11th century stone cross. A nice little Carew Castle.